a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja bichuela y guandules no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que él tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo que
No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que
This is heavy metal. Somebody slept in pretty big time. How's it going, guys? Oh, let's see where we at here. That's better. How's everyone doing? Welcome to 7:44 a.m. No, guys, I ended up taking a couple pain pills last night for my shoulder, and I was out. I was out like I was in a coma. And I woke up and I lifted one eye up, and I'm like, and I looked to see what time it was, and it was like it was 7:15 or 7:20. So sorry we're a little late this morning, guys. Blame it on the pills, those damn pills. Now I only got a couple more left. Feeling a lot better today. Yesterday I was hurting pretty bad. For those who don't know, I had my shoulder done. I had reconstructed, or I'm gonna be the bionic man when this is all done. Now I had shoulder surgery done, and yesterday it was kind of bugging me, so I took a couple pain pills last night, and then next thing you know, you're in a coma. You're waking up. You got drool on your face. Stick with the weed, guys. Stick with the weed. It's better. Blame it on the weather. Yes, that is very, very true. The cold, man. In my house, I have an older house, so the insulation sucks in it. So you can always tell when summer hits because all of a sudden the house becomes hotter than the outside. But then in winter, you can tell when winter hits because all of a sudden the house is colder than it is outside. So it works both ways, guys. Oh, highly. You can blame it on either way, guys. It is the weather, definitely, but feeling a lot better today. So sorry about coming in a little late, guys, but we got a hell of a show for you still. Better late than never. That's what I always say, guys. So we're going to get into some paranormal talk this morning. We're going to get into some crazy, crazy stuff. Let's see what's going on out there in the world today. Let's see what's happening in the big, big world out there, guys. Let's see what's going on out there. Top stories: 3 dead in a U.S. 60 crash near Sholo, Arizona. Oh. Yeah, so there was a big crash in Sholo. Where the heck is that noise coming from? Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. So up at Sholo, man, 3 dead in a crash near Sholo. That sucks, man. Traffic, trucks, all that. You get a lot of new. I'm noticing a lot of accidents with truckers lately. I think it's the influx of new truckers. Where I live, there's a on ramp. There's like a big curve that comes around. 3 different truckers had jumped that curve, and this last year, and I don't know why, man. It's crazy. It's up, it's elevated, it's on like a big ramp. Very dangerous, and just you get a bunch of new truckers in there, guys who really don't know what they're doing, and things happen. What else is going on, guys? 3 coyotes attacks on people reported in the last 3 days in North Phoenix, guys. This could be very well global warming, change of temperatures. Have you noticed animals are getting more aggressive? Bears are coming through, not Phoenix, but bears are coming out more than they were before. Killer whales are attacking freaking sailboats, and now you got coyotes. 3 coyotes attacks on people reported in the last 3 days in North Phoenix. 3 people have been bitten by a coyote in North Phoenix within the last 3 days, the Arizona Game and Fish Department said. The first incident was on Saturday, December 9th, near I-17 on Happy Valley Road, with a 4-year-old child's leg was bitten while walking with the family. The same day, a man who was jogging in the area was bitten. Game and Fish officials removed 1 coyote Sunday evening and are continuing to search the area, the department said. On Monday morning, a man was bitten on the heel in the same area. All 3 individuals received medical treatment and rabies shots. Notice have been posted in the area to let the public know about what's going on. For now, residents are told to be aware of their surroundings and to keep away from the wildlife. Coyotes attacks on people do occur and have potential to be serious. There have been 28 coyote attacks on people in Phoenix in the past 26 years. Yeah, people don't really talk much about coyotes. They're the nuisance, right? They're just these animals that run around. You barely see them. They're getting in your trash. They're scavengers, but man, they're still wild animals. People forget they're not dogs. Um, it almost sounds like, because it's in one area, an incident where it's because we keep taking animal homes. Yeah, it's true. The more we spread out, I mean, they don't know. Like you're just chilling your whole life, 7 generations, 8 generations, 100 generations of your family have lived on this land. You only go so far. You know the ins, you know the outs, and then all of a sudden there's a giant house. And then there's another giant house, and then there's another one. And do you work around it? Do you find a new place? You've been there 100 generations. Yeah, animals, man. Animals and humans. We're starting to see it, and I have a feeling a lot more attacks and a lot more animal stuff is going to start popping up, guys. Especially with the weather change and animals doing new things. They have instincts. They know to bail. They know to do that. We don't. We don't have those same instincts. But yeah, that's crazy. Let me see. Here's a good one. Phoenix, or maybe, hopefully, maybe we can help. Phoenix teen's death highlights unsolved case in the same area for nearly 3 years ago. Let's see. No arrests have been made in either case. The shooting that happened in 2021, and on the and that and the one that happened on Saturday, December 9th of this year, happened a block away from each other. On February 5th, 2021, 16-year-old Jaden Diego Torres was found shot to death. His father, of course, says he wants answers to both murders. It's something you just can't get over. It's coming up on 3 years since his death, and the question still remains: who shot Jaden in the parking lot near 19th Avenue and Coulter Street? That's all I really know. He was just shot and killed in his car right there at 12 o'clock. His father said, I don't know why anybody would want to do something like that to him. He was very kind-hearted, just a loving boy raised right, all the support in the world, and there's no telling why someone would do something like this. His dad says since his son's death, he noticed more shootings in the area that have gone unsolved. There have been multiple kids shot in the same area, the same age, so it seems to me likely somebody is taking advantage, knowing that there aren't too many cameras in that area. The pleading father said there's not too many people willing to speak, and it doesn't seem like anyone is doing anything about it. It's just a dark area in the city where multiple people have lost their lives in recent times. In the most recent nearby shooting, 16-year-old Lucius Holman was found shot at least once near 20th Avenue and Camelback Road. He was rushed to the hospital but died shortly after. It's sad to hear all these families go through the same thing, especially around Christmas. We wish you guys the best, and we're praying for your family. Suspects have not been identified in either shooting. So we got a spot in Phoenix, man, where people are getting killed. That would be one of the most frustrating things in the world. Would be to have a loved one killed, and you just don't know why. Like they're just chilling in a parking lot, waiting to go to the bank. Some guy comes up, bam, and then he bails, and you don't know. Like not knowing is the hardest part. I've always said, man, if one of my kids got snatched or went missing, I don't think I'm built for that, man. Like I need answers. I'm an answer guy. Like I'm not. Like I would probably lose my mind, man. Like for real. Like I would just go nuts. And I'm sure everyone else would, man. Kind of the same deal. Kind of the same deal. Ever seen a TV show called Zoo? No. What is Zoo? I have to check that out. The coyote's not a dog, dumbass. Oh, good morning, Lee. How you doing, Lee? Hey, guys, since we're right here, why don't we go ahead and do some roll call? We got a bunch of people in here. We saw some of the highlights of the news. Let's go ahead and get into roll call this morning, guys.
Roll call for the Dexters at 7:10 a.m. Rise and shine, it's time to slam, break the mold. Rebel from the north, Dexters unite, let's raise a storm. D-A-M-K, we're here to play, loud and proud, we won't obey. 7:10 a.m., we'll rock your day. Dexters assemble, never fade away.
All right, Danksters assemble, never fade away. Excuse me real quick here, guys. All right, let's get into this. Got a lot of people up in here this morning. A lot of good morning people. Lonnie, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Brian's Bongs in the house. How you doing, Lonnie? Merlin Public Media. Good morning, Mike Means. How you doing? How's that garden going, man? You know what? Mike Means, I saw a post of him saying how he misses working the stage, like the theater stage, and I can totally get it, man. Hopefully, how you feeling, Mike Means? How's the health situation going? Hopefully, you can get back into doing what you love to do pretty soon. But check out Talking Shit with Merlin Public Media, guys. Mike Means, great guy, great show. Go check it out. And then we got the Asylum with Harley this morning, guys. Hey, good morning, Harley. If you guys haven't checked it out, I actually was on the Asylum with Harley on Sunday. Had a great time, guys. Go check out that show. She's doing some different stuff over there. Very, very cool. Go check it out, guys. And also check out the Mod Squad that she's part of, guys. They're dropping all sorts of stuff over there. All right, and then Back to Retro Review. Make sure you're checking out Back to Retro. All right, guys, who else we got? We got Mojave Martian. He met his brother. You know what? Actually, so Mojave Martian posted Matt Workman posted a picture of him and Mojave Martian. So there's no way it's the same guy. For all you who said, "Oh, Mojave Martian is Matt Workman," no, check out the picture. They're together. It can't be the same guy. It just can't. I'm throwing it out there, guys. All right. Good morning, Mojave Martian. Who else we got? We got Chantel. Good morning, Chantel. How are you feeling? How's life down there in the big city? Tim W, the cowboy. How you doing, buddy? We need to get together pretty soon. Rosie Key. Good morning, Rosie Key. I'm gonna make time to get you this Funko Pop this week, lady. Just so you know, everybody, I'm trying to make runs in the town and get everyone their stuff this week, guys. Aaron, how you doing, Aaron? All the way from Australia, man. You're up really late. We ran a little late. Oh, who else we got in here? We got Tim W. We got Russ. We got Rosie Key. I grabbed an alien ass yesterday. I'm a Mojave Martian. Oh, that's funny. Eric, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I was just actually gonna message you. I hadn't seen you on in a minute, and but I saw you on Saturday. So, but yeah, I was gonna message you, buddy. Hopefully everything's going good. You're just doing the Christmas thing. Hopefully the family and everything's going great for you. He picked up an awesome autograph the other day. I saw it too. Man. All right, Lee. Good morning, Lee. How you doing? How you doing? He picked up what's his name? He was President Honcho in Idiocracy. I can't think of his name. Terry Crews. He got a Terry Crews autograph. Pretty cool. Um, he doesn't have much, but he has a particular set of skills, guys. Oh man. Oh, sorry for your loss. R.I.P. Peter. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for your loss, man. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, sorry for your loss, Lonnie. R&P Peter, man. Big bucket of win. Big bucket of win for the life. President Camacho Terry Crews. Yes, there it was. There it was. That's an awesome one. That's a great one to add to the collection, man. Really cool. All right, guys, let's get into a little thing I like to call Today in History. If we don't know the past, we're doomed to repeat it, guys. And oh man, things are getting crazy. Has anyone looked at the predictions? Nostradamus. You know what? Maybe we'll do that today. I had other plans for 420, but maybe we'll do that. A lot of Baba Yaga or whoever, a lot of people from different places had made their predictions. A lot of psychics, and a lot of them are saying that this is going to be a rough year. That there's going to be some kind of disease. That things are going to get crazy. But you know what, guys, if we don't know the past, we're doomed to repeat it. And it looks like if we need to really focus in on what's going on right now and not make those same mistakes. 1 year ago, I got fucked up on the Christmas show. Yes, which we're going to do another Christmas show, guys. I'm working with Teresa Deller. We're going to get some dates going. I know time is running out, guys. We got 12 days. The 12 days to Christmas, guys. So that's going to be, I'll be announcing that. I just been crazy trying to rehab my arm and getting everything, guys. So my apologies. Today, I will spend time and focus on getting all this together. Just Dylan, hope you're doing well with your recovery, Brian. Hoping to win a Snoopy ice machine for you. Yeah, I saw that, man. I had one when I was a kid. That thing was awesome. Would have to be great to watch you, Stone, making some shave with one arm. And you have to crank that thing, and you got to push the ice down in it. And that would have been fun. maybe I'll look at one. It's funny, my kids and like ex-girlfriends and girlfriend and whoever, they all get mad because I was an only child. I was single for 10, 12 years. During that 12 years, my kids were like 1 and 3. And then they, lasted up until they were like 16, 17. I was single, man. And so during Christmas, during birthdays, when you're single like that, you got your kids, you're going to get the ashtray with the handprint. You're going to get some socks. You're going to get a hat, whatever kids give their dads for Christmas and birthdays. So I learned very, very young and I guess not very young, but very early on that if you want certain things like presents, you just get them for yourself. So now that the kids are at an age that they can get me stuff, they get mad because I've already bought myself everything. So maybe I'll buy myself a Snoopy ice cream machine. Hey, Mr. Crisper still has his Snoopy ice machine. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. Who still has a Susie bake oven? We have, my daughter still has an Easy Bake Oven. Maybe we should do some stuff with that. That would be fun. That would be fun. We'll make some stoner Easy Bake Oven stuff. Instead of the butter, we use can of butter. You know what? That's something we're going to do. All right, guys, let's get into Today in History. Today in history, a journey through time where legends are born and secrets intertwine. Join us at 7:10 a.m. for all to see as we unravel the histories from our history. All right, guys, today in history, we got a few birthdays in the house on Today in History, guys. Where are we at? There we are. All right. Today in history, guys, we got some birthdays today. You know what? I always thought this was Picasso, for some reason, but it is not. Apparently, Edvard Munch, Norwegian artist, best known for his painting The Scream. Let's see this. Save image as. Show you guys the painting here. You'll recognize it right off the bat. Documents, no downloads. There we go. There we go. The Scream is the name of this painting. There you go. You guys know this one. Edvard Munch, Norwegian artist. He was born December 12th, 1863, and he died January 23rd, 1944. He lived 80 years, guys. Very famous guy. Painted this painting, one of the best of all time. This is what art is, man. It invokes a feeling in you. It does what it's supposed to do there. Big bucket of win for the Edvard. Who else we got? We got Ranjanith, Indian actor, was born in 1950. 1945, you got Porta Simpson Miller, Prime Minister of Jamaica. In 1923, Bob Barker, American game show host, come on down, was born, guys. That's what the doctor said when he was born. Come on down to The Price is Right. So Bob Barker was born, guys. Legend. Another legend was born today, guys. Frank Sinatra. Hang on one second. I gotta charge my stupid headset. Hang on one second, guys. All right. Yeah, Frank Sinatra, old Blue Eyes himself, guys. I love me some Frank Sinatra, man. His life is just crazy. Maybe we'll cover him today. Yeah, Frank Sinatra's life, man. His connections with the mob, just the Rat Pack, boy. Big bucket of win on his life. He did it his way for sure, man. Big bucket of win for Frank Sinatra. Edward G. Robinson, 1893, American actor, was born on this day, guys. Featured event, the U.S. Supreme Court decision on the presidential election. On this day in 2000, the U.S. Supreme Court effectively awarded presidency to George W. Bush, ruling that the fair recount of ballots in Florida could not be performed by the deadline for certifying the state's election. Yeah, that was a big controversy. I remember that. Man, it's hard to believe that was 23 years ago. Holy shit. I remember I was working at Harrah's Laughlin as a baker. And I was sitting in the EDR, the employees' dining room. And I remember that was on the news, and it was the big controversy. Everyone thought, well, they didn't really know who won. Who was it? Al Gore. Everyone, Al Gore. And then they finally just gave it to Bush, which, it is what it is. You always go back to that. What is it? What if Gore would have became president instead of Bush? Would have 9/11 happened, or all those kind of things? So I don't know. It's part of history, man. It's one of those things. Wouldn't think it was where you would know where you were at the time, but yeah, I totally remember. 2020, English writer John Le Carre, who was best known for suspenseful, realistic spy novels, died at age 89. 2015, a landmark climate change agreement was reached at the UN conference at the Paris Accords, as 195 countries agreed to limit greenhouse gas emissions to the accords, and no one's following it. Oh, anyway, 2009, with the victory of a Democratic politician, Ann Parker Houston became the then largest city in the United States to elect an openly gay mayor. Was that Houston? Yeah, Houston. Okay, I thought that was her name. Um, Anise Parker. That day, Houston became the largest city to have a openly gay mayor. In 1999, American author Joseph Heller, the author of Catch 22, one of the most significant works of protest literature to appear after World War II, died at age 76. In 1977, the music drama Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, had its world premiere, and the film was a huge hit. 1964, Kenya became a republic on the first anniversary of its independence from Britain. Chinese nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek was seized by one of his own generals, Chiang Kai-shek, beginning the Xnan incident. In 1923, American game show host Bob Barker, who was best known for hosting The Price is Right, was born. 1915, American popular singer Frank Sinatra, who archived wide success as a film actor, was born in Hoboken, New Jersey. Ain't no joke in Hoboken. 1846, New Granada, now Colombia and Panama, signed the Bidlack Treaty with the United States, granting U.S. right of way across the Isthmus of Panama in exchange for the guarantee of neutrality for the sovereign of New Granada. You guys know that story. And in 1821, novelist Gustave Flaubert, a leading figure in the realist school of French literature, became known for his masterpiece Madame Bovary, was born. That's right, guys. And that was your Today in History. All right. We all know Al Gore invented the. Yeah, well, Mr. Brown, if you would have sent me your address, you might have got a Snoopy snow cone machine. I will send you my address, sir. I will send. I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do this real quick. So yeah, today in history, according to Mr. Crispers. Oh man. All right, guys. That was actually pretty good. Man, I love me some Frank Sinatra. I'm not gonna lie, man. I love me some Frank Sinatra. Um, the old blue eye. Just his story, man, is so intriguing. Everything about him. The mob connection. Is that going to work or is that not going to work? There we go. His mob connections, becoming an actor, a great singer, that whole Rat Pack stuff, man. The stories those guys must have are just insane. And man, so good. You know what? Let's I know we said we were going to talk some UFOs, guys. But let's look at Frank Sinatra, the American singer, Frank Sinatra. Here we go. 10 wild stories about Frank Sinatra. Yeah, this is what we can get into this morning, guys. If you guys don't mind, we're going to be covering paranormal. Where is it? Saving me. Paranormal at the 420 show, a little more in depth, guys. But I'm telling you, we're going to get some stories here about Frank Sinatra. That's going to be pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Always forget. I don't ever forget about you, Mr. Crispers. I got a Mr. Crispers poster on my wall, so on my ceiling, so when I go to sleep at night, I can think about Mr. Crispers. Actually, I have mirrors on my ceiling, so when I wake up, I can see the realest motherfucker in the world first thing in the morning. That's right, guys. If you guys didn't know, the ballots are in. I've been voted the illest motherfucker from here to Gardena. That's right, guys. The Daily Dank. We're the illest motherfuckers from here to Gardena. Just so you know. After Gardena, there's some really ill guys, so we just, we stay in our zone over here. All right. Oh God, above your bed, so when you're spanking it, you're giving me direct eye contact. That's how it goes, Mr. Crispers. All of a sudden. All right, guys, let's get into a little Frank Sinatra. These are 10 wild stories about old Blue Eyes, guys. Alcohol may be a man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy. That's Frank. Oh, Frank Sinatra. Alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy. That's Frank Sinatra for you. The ever charming wit and personality who didn't waste a single chance to entertain people. Undoubtedly the most influential artist of the 20th century. He glided smoothly through various professions, gifted the world with unaltered pleasure. He once said, I would like to be remembered as a man who had a wonderful time living life. And it's precisely how we have remembered him. That's a good way to look at it, man. He just wanted to be a guy who enjoyed life. And he really was, if you really think about it. All right, the first story, guys, the crazy time spent in Vegas. The Rat Pack. They were performing at the Sands all the time. Those dudes got into some shit, guys. Frank Sinatra turned to Vegas after his career stall in 1950s and became one of its best-known residence performers. The intoxicating atmosphere of Vegas with its casino nights and champagne fountains furthered Frank Sinatra's inbred eccentricity. In 1967, his gambling debt ran up to $500,000 at the Sands one night. Being sloshed, he then confiscated a golf cart and drove straight through the entry, smashing the glass into pieces. It didn't end there. He tried to light up the curtains with his Zippo lighter, but thankfully failed to do so. So Frank Sinatra, that's a night in Vegas, guys. Gamble 500 grand, then steal a freaking golf cart, drive it through the entry, smashing the glass in the entryway, and then he tried to light the curtains on fire with his Zippo. Oh, Frank. Oh, Frank. The Rat Pack and their casino orgies. Yeah, something you may not know too much about, guys. This is the dirt. The dirt I was telling you about. Frank Sinatra became part of a swing band in Las Vegas, consisting of Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and Peter LaFord, known as the Rat Pack. Lauren Bacall coined the phrase referring to the Hollywood drinking circle where her then husband and her future fling Sinatra were present. The hard partying group was led by none other than Sinatra. Being a Casanova, Sinatra allegedly ran a kind of private brothel during his stay at the Sands in Vegas. He supposedly hosted after-hours orgies in a casino health club steam room for the band, and he hired hookers and invited showgirls. His 2013 memoirs, My Way, Paul Anka recalled that Sinatra's only rule was no gangbangs. Oh, so, you gotta have rules, guys. You gotta draw the line somewhere. Orgies are cool. You find your partner, you do your thing, but no gangbangs. No, no, no. He's the original leader of the Wolf Pack, baby. That is true. That is true. The official O face. All right. The time he starred in a porno movie. Who thought the famous icon's filmography would contain something as wild as this? At the age of 19, Sinatra grabbed the opportunity to debut as an entertainer in the year 1935. According to the 2011 biography, Sinatra, the Bordeaux singer, Sinatra was offered $100 to appear in The Masked Bandit, a porn film without inhibition. He was featured in the film wearing a mask. Though once he became established artist, Sinatra tried his best to stop the blue film from surfacing by calling his friends in the mob. Oh, Frankie, man, he was a dirty boy. Frankie was a dirty boy. His connection with the mafia world, guys. That's the big one, right? This is the one that everyone seems to know. Um, about old Frankie. Yeah, definitely he has a lot of mob ties. I don't know if this is going to get into it, but a lot of people say he was responsible for getting JFK elected. That he used his mob ties to get the unions to vote for JFK. Um, All right, connection of the mafia world. Sinatra became the stereotype of the tough working class Italian American. He once confessed that he would have ended up leading a life of crime if it wasn't for his interest in music. In fact, his godfather, Willie Moratti, was an underboss of the Getafinis crime family. When Sinatra went to the Mafia Havana conference in 1946, the press got air of it and published news with the heading as such as "Shame Sinatra." Though he denied any such ties with the underworld by stating any report that I have fraternized with goons or racketeers is a vicious lie. He was once almost caught helping the mafias. At the airport customs in New York, Sinatra was found with a briefcase containing $3 million in cash. The federal agents, however, had let him go as fans started the flooding and almost caused a riot. Wow, that's an interesting one. So old Sinatra got caught with $3 million in the airport, 3 million in the 50s or 60s, and the fans started getting too rowdy, so they're just like, "Fuck it, just let him go, just let him go." Man, he definitely had some freaking ties, man, to the mob. He has some stories too. That's something to really get into. Not a lot of people talk about that. Well, the mob. All right, number 6, he could not stand rock and roll. For Frank Sinatra, rock and roll music was the most brutal, ugly, degenerate, vicious form of expression. It has been my displeasure to hear. He proceeded to take the names and diss the genre um, and its musicians by calling the Doors song Light My Fire one of the worst records he have ever heard. Surprisingly, his list of favorite songs contained the Beatles, something pinned by George Harrison. He even covered the song in his initial live performances. He got sick of performing his popular numbers. While musicians get bored of performing popular numbers all the time, they generally keep it to themselves. Sinatra, outspoken as he was, could not be expected to do that. His signature anthem, My Way, was originated as a French pop song and rewritten by Paul Anka for Sinatra in 1969. The version became a very big sensation, and as soon as it was covered by various musicians, however, Sinatra was very bitter about it. He once told the audience in Los Angeles, "Of course, the time comes from now for the torturous moment, not for you, but for me." I could see it doing the same thing over and over again. I kind of get it. His battles with OCD. Apparently, Frank Sinatra had OCD. As with people with OCD, Sinatra had shaved, brushed his teeth, gargled with mouthwash excessively. While he was with Tommy Dorsey and his band, he got the nickname Lady Macbeth because he frequently showered, switching his outfits. He even dabbed himself constantly with lavender water to mask the smell of cigarettes and whiskey. He was a 50s guy, man. He, I smell like cigarettes and whiskey. I'm going to put a little lavender water on. At least he was aware of it, you know. He hated his own album, Strangers in the Night. Not all the work artists do is close to them, but intensely with Sinatra, criticize and loathe some of his work during the. Hey, at least you know what? He was fair. He hated the Doors, but he also hated his own stuff. Strangers in the Night was a 1966 album. Popular and heard. Oh, Frankie. Frankie. His violent side. Ooh. Van Heusen said that when Frank Sinatra got drunk, it was the best to disappear. But as it appears, Frank Sinatra could be equally violent when he was sober. During the 1960s, he once paid a waiter $50 to punch writer Dominic Dunn in the face to an elite Hollywood restaurant. Another time, after arguing with a woman about politics, he summoned a valet to hit her with a plate of barbecue spare ribs. I'm loving it. I'm loving Frank Sinatra. When the 50-year-old Sinatra married the 21-year-old Mia Farrow. Really? I didn't know that. In 1966, it caused some stir, but Sinatra lost it when Farrow was humiliated publicly by Woody Allen's relationship with her. Oh. Ooh. So Sinatra was married to Mia Farrow first. They got divorced, and then Woody Allen married her, and then Woody Allen left her for their adopted daughter. You guys all know this. Frank Sinatra asked Farrow's permission to hire someone to break his legs. Holy shit. Yeah, that's not the one. That Frank Sinatra ain't the guy you want to piss off, man. I love that he paid a waiter $50 to punch the dude in the face. He's like, "Hey, you see that motherfucker over there? Here's $50. Go punch him in the face." And you're like, I don't know, at that time, $50 was probably like $500-$600. Like, hey, why not? And then what are you going to say to your boss? You'd be like, hey, Frank Sinatra told me to do it. He told me to take care of the customers. And then I love he argued with a woman about politics and paid a valet to hit her with a plate of barbecued spare ribs. This is my kind of guy, man. And then yeah, I bet you he was pissed. You know what? If you really love someone like an ex-wife, or I mean, things don't work out. I get it. We talk shit about our ex-wives, but sometimes you still care about them. There was a time that you loved them. That's why you married them. So I could see that if one of my exes had like a boyfriend who did something to their kid, or yeah, I would want to I would be like, hey, let's go ahead and fuck this dude up. Definitely, definitely. The JFK connection, guys. This is the one. Sinatra, though, held different views throughout his life. He was always active in politics. Of all the U.S. presidents he associated with during his career, he was closest to John F. Kennedy. Sinatra would often invite Kennedy to Vegas or Hollywood and enjoy parties together. In 1960s, when Kennedy was running for the Democratic Party, his dad supposedly asked Sinatra to get Sam Ganicina, the mafia boss, to deliver votes anyhow. After Kennedy became president, he cut off ties with Sinatra, primarily because of his brother Robert Kennedy, who was a lawyer, went after the mafia gang and convicted 288 mobsters in 1963. Sinatra, who was enraged by Kennedy betrayal, smashed up the then helipad, which he had constructed on the roof of anticipating Kennedy's arrival with a sledgehammer. Ooh, dang. He also changed his allegiance to the Republican Party after this. Though he snubbed off JFK from his life, he allegedly cried in his bedroom for 3 days after the assassination. Yeah, so man, they had a relationship, old JFK and Sinatra. Like I said, the story I've heard, um, sorry, Harley, but if Frank offers me $100, I'm throwing that plate of barbecue at you. Sounds like a Florida man crime beat with barbecue spare ribs. Brian, there's a reason why certain things don't get talked about. Most people talk about sleeping with the fishes. No, I get it, man. I get it. That's probably why you're not going to be able to find much about this. The original leader of the wolf pack, hangover, baby. Yeah, so the story I've always heard, and we got to have him back on the show. Oh, what was his name? He played Zod, not Zod. He played Odd in Superman with not Keanu Reeves. That would be a different Superman, wouldn't it? Yeah, shit. What's his name? Who played Superman? Who was the original Superman? The guy who in the horse accident. What was his name? Reeves, Christopher Reeves. There you go. I was like Keanu Reeves. I don't know where I was going with Superman. Anyway, Frank Sinatra, the dad came up to him supposedly and, offered him, hey, you know what? We'll back off on the mob. We'll do this. They made a deal. But as soon as he got elected, Robert Kennedy started coming at the mob hard. And so one of the rumors is that JFK was assassinated by the mob for this. I don't know. It kind of makes sense. I stick with the theory that it was a Secret Service agent accidentally shooting him, returning fire. But yeah, there's a lot that Sinatra did for the mob. I did not realize that he got snubbed so bad. And he got so pissed that he went and broke. Like, man, he must have really liked JFK. Like, almost like I wouldn't say a father figure, but I mean, I don't know. You guys ever meet like an older kid when you were growing up who maybe was like 2 or 3 years older than you, and he kind of took you under his wing and he thought he was like the coolest guy ever or gal, whatever. And then, you're excited. They're supposed to come over and hang out, and then they don't. And you get all kind of pissy and you're like, you said everything. That's what that, Rosie, you got to go bathroom, Rosie. Truffle shuffle. All right, guys, give me a minute here. We got to do a Rosie break, and we'll come back talking about JFK.
Rosie the bulldog, she's quite a sight, running around the park with all her honey. When nature calls, she knows what to do. Take a little break just to see it through. Rosie the bulldog, she's got style, doing her business with a happy smile, on a little adventure before we resume. Waiting for Rosie, just a quick interlude. Go to the bulldog, wagging her tail, look like leave mischief in her eyes without fail. She struts around the park with pride, searching for that perfect spot far and wide. Rosie's on a mission, won't you take a seat? The show's on break, for Rosie does what bulldogs need. Her little act of nature, will patiently await for when the curtain flies and the show resumes. Stay on the touch to learn, yeah. Rosie the bulldog, oh so sweet, takes her time when it's time to meet. She waddles around, playing with her toys, but there's one thing she must do, and it brings her such joy. Rosie's on the bridge, she's doing her thing, pooping outside where the birds all sing. The show will go on, but we'll patiently wait, for Rosie's done pooping, it's worth the wait. This is the time where Rosie poops, this is the time where she tries to scoop. She holds up the show, but we don't know how long she will be, but she prays it comes out string free.
Boom. Perfect timing. It did come out string free if anyone's interested out there. Oh, man. Hey, Teresa Deller, how are you? How's it going? What are you up to today, Teresa? It is a little cold out here today. We are talking Frank Sinatra. It's his birthday today, Teresa Deller. Catch you up. We were just talking the JFK connection. Yeah, man. So, I didn't realize he took it so hard. His relationship with old JFK. Yeah, who knew? Who knew, guys? All right, these are going to be quick. We'll kind of wrap it up here, guys. But I'm going to give you 8 facts you did not know about Frank Sinatra. He was given up dead at birth. Sinatra had a traumatic welcome to the world. Born December 12th, 1915, in the kitchen of his parents' Hoboken, New Jersey apartment. The 13-pound baby, holy shit, had to be delivered with forceps, and he thought he was thought to be stillborn. Blue and not breathing, the doctor laid him on the counter while he attended to Sinatra's mother. It was only his grandmother picked up the newborn, ran him under cold water, slapped him on his back, and Sinatra started breathing. And another mishap was right around the corner. He was supposed to be called Martin after his father, but the priest who conducted the baptism accidentally named him after his godfather, Frank, Sinatra's mother, who chose to stick with the name. Wow. His nickname as a teen was Scarface. The forceps used during Sinatra's birth caused several scars to his left cheek, neck, ear that ran from the corner of his mouth to his jawline, which was exacerbated by cystic acne as an adolescent, thus earning him the name Scarface. As an adult, Sinatra wore makeup to hide the scars, but he still reported hated being photographed on his left side. His physical insecurities didn't end there. At 5'7", he also wore elevated shoes to appear taller. Frank Sinatra had some phobias, didn't he? His first fangirls were paid to scream. In the 1940s, Frankie, as we would know him then, became one of America's first teen idols. But his publicist, George Evans, didn't leave anything up to chance. He auditioned girls to find who could sing the loudest and paid them $5 each to sit strategically at locations in the audience to whip up the excitement. It was likely wasn't necessary, though. In the early 40s, his skyrocketing popularity ushered into what known as Sinatra mania, with tens of thousands of riotous fans greeting him after performances. You know, we don't talk about that much. You talk about the Elvis stuff, Elvis getting bombarded, the Beatles. But before that, Sinatra. It was Sinatra, man. He loved New York. Born just across the Hudson River, Hoboken, New Jersey, Sinatra's songbook is a Trevor Trove of tender odes to the Big Apple. The Brooklyn Bridge, Autumn in New York, The Lady is a Tramp are just a few as the city as backup. And the city loved him back. One of Sinatra's most famous hits, New York, New York, was adopted as the city's unofficial anthem, and it's often heard at New York area events like wedding, bar mitzvahs, and sporting events. Yeah, he loved New York, man. That was a fact. He had a signature drink, the gentleman's drink. Sinatra once said, referring to his preferred spirit of Jack Daniel's whiskey. His signature cocktail was a mix of 4 ice cubes, 2 fingers of Jack Daniel's, and a splash of water. He drank it straight, man, didn't he? And he would never touch the rim of the glass, but rather cupped it in his hand with a cocktail napkin. Huh. Interesting. He originated the first celebrity squad long before Taylor Swift made waves by pulling on her stage of her supermodel best friends. Sinatra and his egregious group of guy friends were known as the Rat Pack. We have Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter LaFord, Joey Bishop, and they ran Vegas, dude. If you think about it, woo, man. After his professional career was stalled in the 50s, Sinatra turned to Vegas, where he became one of the scene's prominent pioneer performers that eventually led to the Rat Pack and a lot of troubles. One sad thing is he attempted suicide several times. In the 50s, Sinatra's star had fallen hard, feeling washed up. He reportedly put his head on the stove of his New York City apartment and turned on the gas. His manager later found him laying on the floor sobbing. Later on, his rocky relationship with actress Ava Gardner apparently upset him so much that he made 3 suicide attempts while he was still with her, including on one occasion that he walked into the bedroom holding a gun to his head. A scuffle ensued, and Gardner struggled to take the weapon from him, firing the gun, and the bullet missed them both. His last words were, "I'm losing." After suffering a severe heart attack, Sinatra died at age 82 by his wife's side at the Los Angeles hospital. He lived his final years in poor health, afflicted by heart and breathing problems, high blood pressure, bladder cancer, and dementia. His last words to his wife were, "I'm losing." The night after his death, the New York and Empire State Building glowed in blue tribute. And in Las Vegas, the lights on the strips were dimmed and the casino stopped spinning for a minute in his honor. His funeral on May 20th in Beverly Hills was attended by 400 mourners, including notable entertainer Gregory Peck, Tony Bennett, and thousands of fans waited outside the church. At his burial, friends and family placed several mementos in his casket, including cherry-flavored lifesavers, Tootsie Rolls, stuffed toys, a dog biscuit, a bottle of Jack Daniels, a pack of Camel cigarettes, and a Zippo lighter. On his tombstone, "The best is yet to come" was engraved, which coincidentally was the last song he ever sang in public at age 79. So those were your lesser known facts of I came here for this. Brian's Bong's in the house. Hey, did that? So no one would get his fingerprints and DNA. Ooh, look at that. Brian is a Frankie fanboy. I am. Thanks, Rosie Key. It's 3:05 a.m. I got to start work at 6:30. So the best some Z's before. All right, go to bed, man. Go to bed, Aaron. I'm sorry that we kept you up. We kept you up. What do you do for a living, Aaron? What do you do for work? Curious on that. Happy National Sound Check Day. I got a check. Can anyone give me a check? Check on one. Check on one. Good? All right, guys. That was Frank Sinatra, man, in a nutshell. Frank Sinatra's life. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, man. Big bucket of win. Big bucket of win. That was a life, man. He lived a life. He loved. He 12. He thank you, Rosie Key, for coming. Yeah, he lived a hell of a life, man. A hell of a life. We all have our moments, man, where you think death is better, but it's not. And I want to stress that, guys. If anyone's feeling sad, anyone's feeling lonely, make sure you hit one of us up. Me, anyone on here, guys. Life is life, man. You only get one shot at it. Apparently, supposedly. I don't know what happens after this, but this life, you only get one shot at. And don't waste it, man. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a better day. A week from now, it's going to be better. No matter what, there's got to be better moments. It just can't always be horrible, guys. There's going to be sprinkled moments, and that's what you just got to hold on for one more day. That's right. Just hold on for one more day, guys, because it gets better. A lot. I've never really told this story, my sobriety story, on a 420 podcast. No, I was a meth head, guys. I was stuck on meth for many years, for 17 to about 22. I got in a lot of trouble. My girlfriend was stolen by a Colt. We'll get into not the Colt story again. Yeah, that was a big one for me. At 18, I had a girlfriend, my high school sweetheart was stolen by a Colt or whatever you want to call it. And it fucked me up a little bit. And I got on meth. I had experimented with it a little bit. I liked it. I thought it was cool, but I wouldn't become an everyday user till later on, till tragic events happened. And, I ended up going to prison. Did some crimes, did a crazy 4-year run on that. I ended up going to prison. I remember making the deal with myself was that, you have to be sober for the most part. Rough way to get sober. But I remember I was getting ready to get out and I made a deal with myself. And I was like, hey, I won't go back to using meth until life gets super hard again. When life gets as bad as it was with the Colt or whatever, and then I'll be fine. I'll go back to using again or whatever. Well, life never got that bad again. And I never had to go back to using, and I was able to deal with things on my own without the drugs. And that's what it's about, man. Things suck. Things get really bad, man. Things you don't want to live. Things, are that bad sometimes. Just hold on, man. Hold on. Not to keep repeating Wilson Phillips, but just hold on for one more day, man. It does get better. It has to, right? You can't just be bad all the time. It has to get better. So, guys, don't get too down. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Teresa Deller's here. A bunch of us are here, guys. We'll listen. And just take care of yourself, guys. We love you. It's just, I don't want to see nothing happen. I had a friend. I wouldn't even call him a friend. I'll call him a friend now. I think he considered me a friend. He was an acquaintance, but I'll call him a friend. I actually got the life tattoo on my chest for it. He reached out to me in October, many years ago, 5-6 years ago, and he was like, hey, man, I just need to bring you around some good people. Is there any way I could work at the Halloween store? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And, can I ride to work with you? I just really need to be around good people, and you're a good dude. And I was like, yeah, man, let's hook it up. Apply. This is where you apply. And then literally within 20 minutes, within that hour, he killed himself. And I sit here and I wonder, could I have said something better? I mean, I didn't know, man. I didn't know. Like he didn't say anything to indicate just, I just need to be around good people. And I wish I would have known, man. I wish I could have been there for him. I wish I could have been like, hey, man, come on over right now and let's hang out. Sucks. It sucks. And something that you got to deal with, And I don't want to see that happen to anyone else. So just if you need somebody, man. Anyway, guys, that's the 7:10 a.m. show. If you need somebody, guys, I'm definitely here. There's people out there. Just don't do anything stupid, man. All right, I deliver tiles today. Move a few houses. Thanks, BB. I went down the rabbit hole myself. Sounds like my life story. Just stick with the weed for now. 13 years. Nice, man. Nice for you. Yeah. Get off that nasty shit, man. Fentanyl, all that shit, man. Weed. Stick with the natural stuff, guys. Anyway. If anyone's feeling bad out there, man, reach out. There's other places you can go to. We love you guys, man. I just don't want to see nothing bad happen to anyone. I truly care about each and every one of you. So on that note, guys, we're going to start the 12 days of Christmas. We got a lot of stuff. You're going to want to join the 420 show. I'm going to be working on it all day, guys. We're going to get everything back to moving up. Christmas parties coming. We got a lot of stuff. I'm going to get with Teresa Deller here in a few minutes to get the dates wrapped up, guys. Appreciate all your patience. I truly love each and every one of you. Truly care about each and every one of you. So I appreciate it. Join me at 420, guys, because we're going to get crazy. Got a lot of announcements. A lot of stuff is going to move fast starting today. So let's get in on this, guys. All right. I will see each and every one of you at 420. Appreciate you. Have a great day out there. Do some good. Go get some sleep, Aaron. Go get some sleep. We'll see you guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys.